In this video, I'm going to be breaking down the new Google conversion action sets, what exactly they are, and how we're going to use them. More on that right after this. Alright, so this video is for anyone who's running Google Ads and they're tired of optimizing to all conversions. We finally have an answer to this, and it's called conversion action sets. So I'm excited to go through and break down what exactly it is and how we're planning to use these across all of our Google campaigns. So the big all conversion issue, and I'll talk about the problem first. Essentially what happened in the past is we would build a ton of conversions, and then unlike Facebook, there's no way to assign those conversions to a particular campaign. So you're generally just trying to optimize for everything, which isn't very useful. Campaigns are built to run to specific levels of awareness. So if you've got a lead generation business, you want to be running campaigns first to the opt-in, and then you're going to be building retargeting campaigns to make sure that people go through and make the purchase. From e-commerce, is typically you're trying to make the purchase right off the bat. High ticket, you may have 4 or 5 different levels of campaigns trying to get people to take the next action. So really what goes on, it's not very efficient for optimizing. And so this is where Google came up with these conversion action sets that are finally the answer to our problems. So we're optimizing for all, no more. Really what these are allowing us to do, we're having the ability now to go in and optimize our campaigns for either one specific conversion, or let's say you've got multiple different conversions in a particular area. Let's say you have a search campaign with different ad groups and they are all driving to specific landing pages. You've got a unique conversion for all of them, but essentially what's happening is you can put those all into a single bucket and say, hey, these are top of funnel. These are for people we're trying to generate leads. We want to optimize these types of conversions. And so now we have a way to do that. We can go through and bucket things together and optimize our campaigns to target all of those types of conversions at the same time. In addition, if you were trying to get people to take the first 2 steps, let's say in a 3-step funnel, and you want to optimize for both of those, you're welcome to do that. It's really just giving us options to say we can optimize for a single conversion or we can bucket them together. So how do you actually use these things? Well, there's 3 steps for us. First, we're going to determine where we need to build them. This is really important if you're using an MCC or an individual account. Number 2, we're going to talk about how to group your conversions, the way to think about it, and then finally how to assign them to your campaigns. So let's dive in. This is how we're actually going to use conversion action sets. So first, where do you set them up? Well, if you only have a single Google Ads or AdWords, the artist formerly known as AdWords account, it's very easy. You set them up in your single account and you have all of your conversions in there. For most of us, we're using MCC or manager accounts, so where do those conversions lie? Well, it really comes down to where are the conversions pulling from for a particular account. We always teach the setup, global MCC. We want to set up the conversions at the MCC level, assign management to inside of the account to this manager. I'll show you how to do that here in a second. So if it's this manager, you want to make sure you set up your conversion action sets in the MCC itself as that conversion information is being pulled in. If it's set to client, then you want to set them up in the child account because you're using the child conversion information. So once again, I'll walk you through this here in a second, but really it's just figuring out where do your conversions actually lie, how are they being pulled into the account, and wherever that is, that's where you're going to set up your conversion action set. Number 2, how are you going to group your conversions? Well, the way that we're thinking about this is top of funnel, middle of funnel, bottom of funnel. Let's say we have a lead gen business, a high ticket business. So let's say we're running display ads just to try and get people in to opt into a free report, to download a worksheet, whatever those things are. We're going to want to optimize our campaigns at that level to the top of funnel stuff. So leads, trials, whatever those pieces are at the top of funnel, we want to make sure that our campaigns are optimizing to those types of conversions. So if you only have one, that's fine, you can do that. If you have multiple options, let's say you've got 4 or 5 different top of funnel lead magnets, whatever you want to call them, you can go through and build your conversion action sets for those. If you're an e-commerce business and you've got a bunch of different products that, let's say you have a listicle, a listing of the 20 best gifts under $20, you could put a purchase for each one of those into that top level. This is actually what I really like most from the affiliate side, is now we have the ability to say, if any of these purchases take place, we want to optimize our campaigns to this. So that's how I'm really thinking about this, is how can I try and get 20 products on a page and optimize our campaigns for all of those rather than having to build one specific campaign for each potential product. Those are the types of things that make me really excited. So we look at top of funnel, lead generation, trials, etc. Then we'll come back and we'll build our middle of funnel campaigns. So let's say this is for search campaigns. Someone is already aware that they have a problem, they're working through the different solutions, and now we want to advertise so they can book a demo, a phone call with one of our sales reps. we can go through and build the different opportunities within there. We don't have to do the lead piece anymore. It's straight to the demo. They have the opportunity to set that up. For people who've watched a particular amount of webinars, those types of things, this is kind of the conversion level that we're on now. So top of funnel's up here, middle funnel's down here, and there's different steps that people can take to go further in that funnel. And then bottom of funnel is the different sales. So we can build a conversion for our bundle 1, bundle 2, bundle 3. So regardless of whatever they purchase, we can optimize our campaigns around those things. So that for me is really how we're looking to do this. There's specifics with your business. Obviously, you're gonna wanna figure this out. Make sure you join us in Pro League, our Slack channel. There's 800 paid traffic professionals inside of there. These are the types of things we help people break down. Well, how does this fit into my business? Come in, you can ask your questions. You'll get input from different people who spend millions of dollars a year on paid traffic. And this is where we can help you out with things like this. Finally, assign your conversion action sets to your campaigns. So essentially what we're doing is just like Facebook, you're picking which action you want to optimize your campaigns for. Right now, this is a very new feature inside of Google Ads. So I'm publishing this in May of 2019. If this, as this rolls out, basically how everything works at Google, this is my understanding because I used to work there. Everything happens on search first. Then it gets rolled out to display, and then finally it'll get rolled out to YouTube. That's kind of their performance algorithm. So right now it's available on search. I'll show you how to do this. I think display is available in some accounts, but not everyone. That should be rolled out probably by the end of the quarter for everyone, and then YouTube will be the next piece. It's always the last piece to get these performance things, but it will make a huge difference from the YouTube side as well. So let's go through. I'm going to walk you through where should you set them up, how do you group them, and then how can you pull them in live inside of an account? Okay, so I'm here inside of my account, and biggest thing I'm looking for, so I've got accounts. This is my MCC account. So I'm doing accounts management. This is how it's going to determine where I should set up these conversions. So you can see here, this particular account is set up at the client level. So I would click into this and set up our conversion action set within the account. These are set up at this manager, so I would set them up at this manager, the manager level, and then pull them into my campaigns. That's what I'm going to go through and show you how to do, is setting them up at the MCC level. Same process regardless of where you're at. It's just making sure you're setting it up in the right place. So once again, if it says client, you'll click into the account and you'll go in and set them from there. For this manager, all I have to do is, since I'm inside of my MCC, I go to Tools and Conversions. So I'm going to show you a brief action. So you can see here conversion action and then conversion action set. So we have the ability to optimize to one particular conversion, or we can build it to optimize for multiple. So test setup. The biggest thing that I would do here, we do purchase and uploads. So we have a pixel and an upload conversion pixel. I would want to make sure it optimizes around both of those together, because that's really a cumulative effect. If we miss any purchases, we're uploading the click IDs back into Google. I've got another tutorial about that. That's a huge thing to make sure you're not, you're prepared for when pixels start to get phased out. But that's another discussion. So right now what I'm doing is I'm grabbing a couple conversions and I'm putting them into this. So as you can see here, I've got a test set up. I've got an upload and a purchase conversion that I've grouped together. And so now this is inside of our account. Very easy to build this. You just come in, you click the plus sign, and you're off to the next one. So I'll just click save. And then if we need to create a new one, I can pick these two. I would call this test 2. Save. And so now we've got two different conversion action sets. Now let's go into an account and we'll actually show you how this works. Okay, so I'm inside of my account. What I'm going to do now is click the campaigns, new. I'm going to optimize for sales, and I'm going to do this on search just because this is the one that's available currently. So I'll click continue. And I'm just going to walk you through here. Essentially what we're doing is, so we click into here, it says conversions. So essentially what we're doing is use the account level. Let me zoom in here so you can see exactly what's going on. So conversions, select which conversions are included in the conversions column for your smart bidding. So use the including conversions. So it's basically all conversions. That's not what we're looking for. So we want to choose conversion actions for this campaign. Now we could either use a single one. So if I say I want to do a purchase, we could do that. Or I can grab a conversion action set. And so let's say it's test number 2 and click save. So now these campaigns will optimize around those two conversions. So it makes it, regardless of what's going on, those are the two things it's going to read into and optimize to make sure that those are maximized. So hopefully that shows you a little bit of how this is going to start working inside of the Google Ads interface. This is really where everything's going to happen. This conversions, you can pick what your campaigns are optimizing around, so it ignores other things. It'll be great to get our campaigns dialed in faster. If you have any questions, please let me know down below in the comments. Otherwise, thanks so much. Have a good one. Chat soon. If you found this tutorial helpful, make sure you click on the subscribe button on the screen right now. Also, if you'd like to join the Daily Edge and get the daily dose of what's working in paid traffic and tracking, you can text Daily Edge to 44222.